Hello, internet. Don't mind the lipstick. I didn't put on a fresh one. This was just me shower, brush my teeth, and I need to finish wiping this off so I can put a fresh one on. But for those who don't know, I am planning to go to Jamaica soon, and I inbox a few friends, and I'm like, the people who I know have a car, and I'm like, send me a picture of inside of your car, the front part. Let me see the dashboard. What year is your car? Let me see the layout. I didn't get the pictures, but it told me the layout to say, okay, yes, the car have the cigarette lighter, all these things. Like, what year is your car? Does your car have well, most cars don't have the backup camera, and most of them put the backup camera in the car themselves. Do you have a backup camera? Do you have the cigarette lighter? Do you have, I don't expect them to have the wall plug, because I've never seen a car in Jamaica with a wall plug when I was there, and I'm 26 now, because we have the older model cars. But do you at least have the USB port in your car? So a few of them said yes, they had the USB port, and yes, the cigarette lighter is a must in every car. This is going to be a moment where you can laugh at me and be like, oh my god, Tori, you didn't know that? I was not sure if every single car had a cigarette lighter. So when somebody laughing is like, Tori, every car have one, I had to come and look in my car, like, does my car have one? Because I don't use it. And the fact that it has the little cap over it, so I don't even see the hole. While I think my first car, which is a 2008 car, I don't think it had that little cover over it. It was probably broken off because it was an old car that I bought. So whenever I'd come in the car, I would see it. And I think I may have used it in my old car. But this car has the USB port. So I'm never thinking about the cigarette lighter. So I actually had to come in my car and look and be like, oh my god, my car actually does have one. So I bought this from Amazon. I got it last night. So you have the cigarette lighter here, and then now, in case because I plan to see if I can afford a rental when I go there, in case the car does not have the USB port, I'm going to have a USB port, and I'll also have the option to plug in my phone if it needs to charge, or plug in something if it needs to charge. So I bought this one, and I also ordered a backup camera. Now, people are saying to me, Tori, how are you going to put a backup camera in a car that you're renting if you decide to rent a car? Here's the thing. I am not getting one where you have to be wiring it up into the brake lights and all of that. It is going to be connected via the cigarette lighter. Right? So once again, it all depends on what kind of vehicle I get when I go to Jamaica, if I even decide to rent a vehicle, if I can afford to, because where my finances looking right now, I may not be able to get one. But at the same time, I get this stuff, I'm opening it now because it just came early in the morning, and I just, got dressed and went outside. So this one, the camera's supposed to come later in the week. This one now, because the camera is going to be where you just plug it into the cigarette lighter, set up the monitor on the dashboard, and then have the camera on the, in the back on the license plate. So because of that, I don't know what the layout is going to be, and if it is that when I plug the camera in, do I have USB ports in the car? If not, then boom, I have this. I can plug this into here, because this has the, so wait, you take it out back. Lord Jesus, man, I want to break it. I'm just back. Okay, good. So because this has the 3 ports here, so I would plug this into the car. This would plug into right here, so that way I have the USB ports if I need it, and I'm hoping it would still have enough power to when I plug the backup camera in here, it still has enough power to whenever I'm using the backup camera, I'll plug it out. Or maybe, the contraptions would just be there and everything would not be plugged in case it doesn't have enough power, because I would only need the backup camera when I'm backing out. The backup camera is just there for my safety and my comfort, because I don't always look at my backup camera in certain situations, or depending on what vehicle I'm in or whose vehicle I'm in. When mine, if it's in a small spot, then yes, I tend to look at the backup camera. If it's not in a small spot and I'm in a big wide area, I tend to look around me a lot more compared to the backup camera, even though it's there, but it's still there for my comfort. I don't need it as much, but for certain spaces, when I'm in a cramped spot, and I really need the lines to kind of help me to make sure I'm not going too close to a specific car, then that's what that's for. And this just sounded like I was rambling. But yes, I'm going to plug this in right now and see if everything working. Oh, even this one, wow, this one has the 2 USB spots as well. So this one is really only needed if it is that I need this part, because this is just the 2 USB here and then the wall plug, and then this one is just these 3 and then the USB. What are these buttons for though? So let me check the manual. We're gonna turn on the car and see how it works, right? Don't want to have the video running too long where I have to edit too much out, so I'll tell you how it works. Okay, so I plugged it in. Let me move the phone closer where you can see. Sorry. So I plugged it in, and these buttons on top, I should have known, controls all of these. So obviously you press the button, the blue light comes on, the other one, blue light comes on, other one, blue light comes on. If you don't need to have all 3 on, then you would just leave the one on that you're using. Now for the little display, let me switch to the back camera. So ignore the gum and let me move it. Hold on. So the power range is between 14.1, as you can see it moves 14.1. So obviously it has enough power to more than likely power any little thing that I need to power. I'm going to take this one out now and plug this one in. So obviously everything seems to be working. The light comes on when I have it plugged in. So all I would need to do now is actually plug stuff into these and make sure that they show that they're charging. I should probably test to see how long it takes the items to charge, but all of my devices are charged now, so I don't know when that's gonna get done. And then for the main reason I bought this for, to make sure I have the 2 open spots if needed, is yes, see when I plug this, the blue one, into this one, the light comes on to show that it has power, and then this still says 14 or 14.1, but right now I don't have anything plugged in. So I am going to go inside, get my phone charger and plug my phones in and see what happens when I have things plugged in, if the voltage goes down or what happens. So be right back. So I ended up not having to go inside because I forgot that I had this little fan in here. So when I plug the fan in, this is what happens. The voltage changes around a bit, but once again I have the blue one plugged into the black one. All right, so what I'm gonna do then, the only issue is that this one is the one that has the voltage displayed on here. This doesn't have anything displayed, so I know how much is being used. It's just gonna plug, you just have the option to plug your item in, and that's it. So obviously it works. So as I was saying before, when because I just plugged this directly in here, you have no way of knowing how much power is being used. It just has the fan going. The fan just works. So obviously everything works. All I can do is take it with me and see if I need it. And this might just be something, because if you don't know, I'm a bit of a hoarder. Sometimes I buy the things and I don't end up sending them back. This might end up sitting around for months, because this is not something I need in my personal car. Because as you can see, I have my port here, and then I have my plug in the back down here. So this is not something I would need for my personal vehicle. But if for whatever reason I ever have to use someone else's car, then, and they don't have the extra stuff, I can always grab these. Are we good? So we're inside the car. I already turned it on and all these things, because I don't even want to turn up the air too much, because then it's going to be too loud. But the backup camera is here. I took it out of the envelope. I just haven't taken it out of the box yet to actually see it. And then the other ports that I was talking about previously, in case I needed it, this one was USB to cigarette lighter. Because if I go down and I rent a car, I don't know what I'm going to get. But as I found out, every car has a cigarette lighter, so I probably just need to send this back. I probably won't need it. Yeah, more than likely won't need it. So this, like that. I don't need this because if you remember the other things, you know, the cigarette lighter, and then it gives me the option to have the 3, and then the other one has the USB port and a wall plug. So this can probably go back. But the most important thing is the backup camera. So as it says, do honest vehicle backup camera system, right? And from what I saw, it was just supposed to be where you plug it into the cigarette lighter and then hook up the backup camera onto the back, and that's it. Sounds simple, right? So here's the display. Display kind of small, but it better than nothing. Look at this small. No man, very small. What is this? Very, very small. Smaller than my car and smaller than the 2015 Jeep that I've been in. Very small. So here we go now. We'll have the cigarette lights on. We'll have, I think this part goes into this somewhere. We're gonna figure it out. I'll just take everything out. We're gonna figure it out. We're going to figure it out. So what? Hold on. Oh, this one. As I'm trying to figure out how to power on this display. Oh, it go, oh, it go, oh, it go. Alright, so it look like you slide in like that, and then you tighten that like so. That's all. You tighten like so, and this come down like so. Nearly broke off my little nail. Alright, this end looked very familiar, like my very first backup camera that I bought. It was just a plug-in. The cord is very, very, very long. I hope my voice is projecting over the car engine. Alright, boom. Okay, over the end of my want. This, yeah, so weird. This go like this, and so. And so, it look like it's not so. Hold on. No, it wrong. How it is? No, this go like this. And so later. No wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know 1, 2, 3, 4 prong that. Alright, boom. Yeah, as I thought. That go like that. Alright, and then this now go like this, like that, and it plug in, and then you're supposed to just plug this into the cigarette lighter. Yeah, and then the light comes on, and then the display is supposed to come on. Is there a power button? I don't see it coming on, so I'm going to check the manual and then we're going to come back. We're going to check the manual and come back, so give me a minute. Okay, so the reason why nothing happened, it looked like, is because I didn't plug in the camera. The camera has to be plugged in, otherwise the display not going to work. No, the display, see it here. So it's not like I can't see me. I can see. But the display little. But here what, it better than nothing, you know. Better than nothing at all. Do I suppose I want lights? And that is 10. Oh, here it is. Parking line off. I want parking line on. Alright. I'll read that. So now I am going to run this to the back and catch it up underneath my right above the wait name license plate, and then we're gonna see how it look. How about that? So I'll be right back. So as you can see, the lines are on there. I just can't really test it out backing out because obviously, one, this is not installed to say boom, ready, set, go, we're gonna drive with it, and two, there's a car behind me, so we can't even get it tested to the full capacity. But the point remains that it works. So this will allow me to see behind me and give me a good idea of which direction I'm backing into, hopefully, when I go to Jamaica, if I decide to get a car. I rent it. And as much as the screen little, better than no screen at all. So that was almost a bit of a little unboxing and first time review. We'll just have to go on my trip because I pray to God that nothing happens that stops me from going, because I've been saying it from the beginning of the year. I am going to Jamaica, going back to Jamaica this year. I was supposed to go for my birthday and I ended up not being able to go because one, I didn't have the money yet. I didn't have the money saved up, or at least I didn't have enough money saved up. I can't go to Jamaica with like what, $500? Like the moment you get there, your money finish. So yeah, I have a little bit more money now, a little wiggle room now to go and see what happens.